You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, guys, we're going to be talking about professional grifter and former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick here in this video. Now, Colin Kaepernick definitely looks at himself as a victim because victimhood sells. It actually makes him a lot of money. When his play was lacking and he got benched for Blaine Gabbert, he started to kneel for the national anthem. And when people criticized him, of course, he had to play the race card and blame racism, even though his game was not up to par. Colin Kaepernick has not played in the NFL since the 2016-2017 season. It's been a very, very long time. And this grifter, he actually makes appearances, like every few years, acting like, you know what, it's time to get back in the league when he knows that he is washed up, he is done. And it's pretty pathetic, that Roger Goodell, during the whole George Floyd thing, said that Colin Kaepernick was right. We apologize. Never do that. Colin Kaepernick was washed up. He was done. He decided that he would actually disrespect the country because he lost his starting quarterback position. And he was not good anymore. And Warren Sapp exposed all of that because when he was actually having a workout with the Raiders, Warren Sapp said, you know what? I heard it was a disaster. And we have not seen Colin Kaepernick even attempt to actually come back and play in the NFL again because it was a disaster. The man is washed up. But he's made a lot of money, grifting out there. Netflix, I believe Spike Lee has a movie coming out about Colin Kaepernick or something like that. It's ridiculous, man. This man is making so much money. So much money. And yet and still, he hasn't actually addressed his woke ice cream that's actually using illegal immigrant children to produce the product from Ben & Jerry's. Still, he has said nothing. But Colin Kaepernick has a new book. Yeah, I didn't even know this. He has a new book, and we all know Colin Kaepernick is biracial. He's half black, he's half white, and he was actually adopted by two white people. Two white people adopted Colin Kaepernick, and he's actually coming out and he's pretty much exposing his adopted parents as racist. Yeah, this is a new low, I believe, here for Colin Kaepernick. Just when you thought that he couldn't get any lower, he actually reaches a new low. And he tries to smear his adopted parents as being racist towards him. I have no respect whatsoever for Colin Kaepernick, and what his parents actually did was not racist, by the way. But Colin Kaepernick is in the business of grifting, trying to make money. So he's going to go after his own parents. How pathetic is that? You guys can see right here on Fox News. Colin Kaepernick accuses his white adopted parents of, quote, problematic upbringing, perpetuating racism. And when you guys actually see why he actually believed this is racist, you're going to be like, what? This is not racist. Now, let's go ahead and read some of this here on Fox News. Former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick accused his adopted parents of perpetuating racism in an interview that aired Thursday. Kaepernick talked about coming to terms with his racial identity while growing up in a white family in his new graphic novel, Change the Game. The former football player recalled disagreements with his parents that he attributed to racism, calling his upbringing problematic. So he had disagreements with his parents just like everybody else. You know what? If mom and daddy say, hey, you can't cut your hair like that, does that mean that it's racism? You can't wear this? Does that mean it's racism? Of course not. But in the eyes of Colin Kaepernick, because this is 2023, he has to come out there and smear his own parents and claim that it's racist. Check this out. Quote, I know my parents loved me, but they were still very problematic things that I went through, the biracial quarterback said to CBS Fake News. Quote, I think it was important to show that, no, this can happen in your own home, and how we move forward collectively while addressing the racism that is being perpetuated, he added. Kaepernick illustrated one example of this in his novel, depicting a fight he had with his parents during high school over his hairstyle. Inspired to braid his hair in cornrows like his hero, NBA star Allen Iverson, Kaepernick recalled receive pushback from his parents. Quote, he's getting what roles? His mom said in the graphic novel. Kaepernick said that after styling his hair this way, his mom warned his hair was, quote, not professional, and he looked like a little thug. And that's what was said, and Colin Kaepernick believes that was racist. Now, guys, I worked many, many years in oil and gas, and all of the black people that I work with, none of them had cornrows in their hair. Why? Because it is not professional. And at this time, he's in high school, it's not a guarantee that you're actually going to make it to the NFL. The parent's job is to actually raise you to be a professional. Now, of course, you can get away with that in professional sports. But at this time, Kaepernick, there was no guarantee he was actually going to be in professional sports. And I can guarantee you guys, if Colin Kaepernick went to a regular job with cornrows in his hair, he probably would not get the job, because guess what? Appearances matter. The way you dress matters. Think of this. When you go for an interview, you're going to wear a suit, right? You're not going to be wearing blue jeans with your pants hanging down, because guess what? It is not professional. That has nothing to do with race. But Colin Kaepernick has to play the race card and smears parents. I mean, they're just teaching you, hey, you need to look professional if you're going to make it in the world. Sports, that's a different ball game right there. Allen Iverson, of course, he had the cornrows, but guess what? If Allen Iverson was an average everyday Joe, he probably would not get a good paying job if he actually had to go for a regular interview. The way you look matters. The way you dress matters. You got to style your hair a certain way. I mean, even in school, when I was actually in high school, there was actually, standards for how your hair could actually look. They didn't want it to be messy or anything like that. This was not racism, but this is what Colin Kaepernick does. The former football player turned social justice grifter, yeah, I changed that, said these teenage interactions helped shape his decisions as an adult to embrace his ethnicity. Quote, those become spaces where it's like, okay, how do I navigate the situation now? But it also has informed why I have my hair long today, Kaepernick told CBS. Now, when he first came into NFL, he didn't actually have the afro. I believe he just had like a short cut on his hair. He wasn't even wearing the cornrows. I mean, my goodness. The former 49ers player drew national attention when he started protesting the national anthem, kneeling on the field during NFL games to protest police brutality and racism. Since then, he has partnered with Netflix for a docudrama series based on his life, and with Ben & Jerry's ice cream for his non-dairy flavor Change the World. He also made endorsement deals with Nike and other major companies over the years. All of this was pretty much after his career was done, because he's grifting. I find this disgusting that he would actually accuse his adopted parents of racism. You know what? Let's just use me for example. If I went to my mom and she told me, my mom's black, by the way, and I told her, you know what? I want to have cornrows in my hair. She probably would have not let me have cornrows in my hair when I was in high school. As an adult, you can go out there and do whatever you want to do, but you need to look professional. You definitely do. This is crazy, guys. A new low for Colin Kaepernick right here. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.